Hello, my name is Michael. I'm a 54-year-old ADHD adult musician living in New York City with an abundance of debt and next to nothing saved for retirement. This is Midlife Money Moves, where I am documenting the process of turning this all around before it's too late. And today is Transfer Tuesday, which is the day of the week when we talk about having moved or are moving, this is already too long of a description, our money to the direction of our goals. I wasn't super excited about this. If you watched yesterday's budget video, you know that I made a big mistake in some of my finances over the last week that caused me to transfer things out away from the direction of my goals, sort of. Let's talk about it. All right, so here's my holiday decorated list of transfers and payments I've been making this month. The first three we talked about on the last Transfer Tuesday. The next day, on Negative Transfer Wednesday, we'll dub it for last week, I was so excited about having gotten off of the credit card float that I set all my credit cards up to auto pay. And this one particular business credit card that I have, my Blue Business Plus from American Express, I was carrying a balance on because it's 0%. And, as we know, spending is something that comes quite easily to me. I intended to set it up to pay the minimum balance. Instead, I set it up to pay the statement balance, which was $1,400. So I had to have a heart attack and then decide what to do. And what I wound up doing was taking this same money that I had just transferred into my tax holding account to make a big IRS payment, which I'm behind on for the year. I had to take that money back out, put it into my business account. Well, it was even more convoluted than that. I had money that I could move for a couple days from my personal account to my business account, and then I transferred money to, you get the idea. I had $1,285 in here last week. And then I added this $1,365.93, and then I had to take all of it out to cover this payment. So it's not the end of the world because that's money that needed to be paid off anyway. However, that wasn't the priority. That money could have waited. That payment could have waited. It didn't, and it was too late to turn it around. So I just went with it and took this tax holding amount to $0 with a sad emoji. This isn't even just a sad emoji. This emoji looks dejected. This is the perfect one. Actually, no, I don't feel that. It sucks, but here we are. Like, I'm trying to, for my entire life, I've had this kind of just belief about myself that was such a deep-rooted belief that I didn't even know I had it. That was, you are going to be poor and you're bad with money. And it was so ingrained that it didn't even matter to me that didn't have to be logical. And one of those things is that I have to do with this is be like, you know what? This isn't a thing to be ashamed of or beat myself up about. You're not stupid. This was a mistake. It was a pretty big mistake and it's derailing some plans. Great. Okay. That's the story. What's next? What are you going to do? Okay. So this is what I do. Do the next thing, which is $50 went into my emergency fund, which is now at $121.70. I hope to put more money in there this month. And then my student loan payment went out automatically for $59.14. These are great things. That's over $100 that went in the direction of my goals, paying off these debts. The student loan amount, I put this little tilde, is that what that thing is called? To say, I don't know, I didn't go to the website and check this. This is what you need a budget. My budgeting software is telling me it is, but it doesn't always have the exact right number. I check this at the end of the month. Most of these things I check at the end of the month. If I look at them too much, things vary and I just don't need to look at those websites. So this is about $3,438.58 is what's left on this student loan. I did this last week, this cash emergency fund. I've been putting $20 into a safe every month. And now there's $100 in that little cash emergency fund. I like having this amount of cash at home just in the event that something comes up and I need it. These are uncertain times. And one of the things that really had me realize, like, oh yeah, like bad stuff can happen and you need money for that, was the pandemic and the lockdown happening. I was kind of in denial about the whole thing. And then there was one day that all of my teaching gigs were shutting down. And I was like, what do I do? Because I didn't have money. This was like back when that all happened. I didn't have any backup plan. I mean, I still don't really. I mean, but I didn't have a backup plan at all. I didn't even have $100 tucked away somewhere. And yeah, it was kind of scary. So anyway, so I'm happy that I have this $100 sitting here at home in a safe, so don't even try to come and get it. And then something interesting happened today. I was meeting a friend. We've decided to be accountability buddies in, she lives in the neighborhood, and she's also a musician. And we decided we're going to be accountable, hold each other accountable for doing creative work. I've been talking to her about this, of course, because I talk to everybody about finances lately, probably more than they want to know. But this particular friend actually wants to know more and wants to pay me to coach her and kind of hold her accountable for getting her finances in order and doing YNAB. So she's paying me $100 a month to do this. She Zelled me $100, and it made me realize, you know what? That money can go into tax holding. And all of it didn't go. What I did was, and I should have done this on camera, but I didn't. One of the things that I need to get used to, when I have money that is ready to be assigned in YNAB, I can't wait. I love assigning money when it comes into my YNAB. So that's what I did. And I should have waited and done it because it could have been a really quick one and you could have heard my thought process. But I already had like 104 something ready to transfer over to tax holding. And so I put this $100 in, and I had a couple of overspent things for sheet music and a keyboard I bought, which I didn't even mention yesterday and should have been on that budget thing. I'll make a point to say it next week. So like 50 of it went to those two things, and then the remaining 50-ish went into this $147.74, which is now it's currently being transferred over to my tax holding account. So you know what? Here we go. Here's some money, and there was this extra little amount of money that is now going to this tax holding. So we just keep moving forward. That feels pretty good. And this concludes my Transfer Tuesday. So, moving things in the right direction. There's money back in my tax holding account, not nearly as much as I need, but I'm just keep doing that. And one of the things, there's one extra step here that I'm trying to kind of think of, and that is staying current with my day, like trying to think of the flow of my money. It comes into this business account. I know that I have money in my personal account to cover everything. Like this $100 was extra. So I was able to sort of like, okay, let me use it to get rid of this overspending, this money that was spent on credit cards that I didn't have cash. So now there's cash to pay everything I've spent this month on credit cards in my business side. And then there was this $50 left over that I'm now putting into this tax holding. So everything's covered. And I'm going to try to remember that flow. Like everything in the like immediate world is covered. Great. Here's what's left over. It's going to this other spot. It feels good. All right. So hope your transfers are going great today. And that's it. See you next time. Click the heart and subscribe, all that stuff. Okay, bye.